Man,
Yeah,
we had a
man.
ball. We had a ball out
All
there,
that
man.
good stuff.
Oh yeah.
You talk about New York?
Oh yes, sir.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah.
That's nice, man.
I love it every time I go. Like, there's no place like home.
Sure that.
Yeah, cause you from up there.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
What up,
What's
Coach?
up?
What's going on, man? How's everybody?
Good, bro.
What's
How
Blessed,
you
going
doing?
We
on?
got
Coach
music
in
blessed
there?
and
going.
highly favored.
Coach!
We got some music going on.
Smooth jazz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Having an intro like Kevin Samuels.
Coach, how long before you get to the house?
About another 30 minutes. I'll come back on because I can't even see.
Yeah.
Really. I never get on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, come back on.
All right.
All right. All right. All right. Let's get it. Man, it's been a good one. It's been a good one, though. But let me tell you this. It's a great topic tonight, man. We're talking about emotional intelligence, man. Something a lot of us don't have, something a lot of us need to work on, and it's a big thing because we didn't know about a lot of things growing up because that's what our parents didn't know. So we had to go off of what they knew, and that's understandable. But now that we do know, it's time to teach our grandchildren things that our parents weren't able to teach us, man. So every day is a school. Every day is a school of self. Let me say that. Every day you should always be studying yourself, bettering you as a person, learning how to control your triggers as a person. And then that way we can all better communicate and grow bigger relationships with bigger people, man. And that's something to think about. So, man, tonight, man, on the Elite Mancast, we have a conversation. We're going to have a conversation about emotional intelligence, man. And y'all know we got the panel. We got Coach. He got to get to the house and get settled. Then we got Mr. Michael, and then we got Cupid.
Uh-oh. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So, fellas, everything good, man, with this topic. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all go over there and subscribe, like, and share over there on YouTube, man. But, man, we got the guys. Y'all been all right with this, man?
Oh, I'm loving it.
You
I
know
look
it.
forward to it every week. What we're gonna talk about, people that we, end up speaking to, as well as like just learning one on one. Because I mean, emotional intelligence, it's something different to everyone. So I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
but I mean, I
That's
feel in life
real.
you need to become like an emotional intellectual because once again, we think wrongly, especially like you said, if you haven't been through anything. Growing up in certain households, you may have been exposed to certain things others haven't. Some
Right.
people coming from abusive relationships, they may think emotional, like it's well, he's just emotional. Like if he whips your ass and he only hits me because he loves me. No, don't work like that. But then again,
Right.
it comes from their background. Some people they
Mm-hmm.
become
Right.
emotionally influenced by well, he's only nice when he's drunk or when he's high. Like different things get you going. No judgment
Yeah.
here, no
Yeah.
judgment here.
Yeah.
Wow. It's true that. Hey, well, I'm gonna start off
Yeah.
like this. There was a movie that came out a few years ago with Lawrence Fishburne. I think the name of it was Deep Cover. There was a scene right in the beginning of the movie. A white dude in a suit sitting across the desk from a brother. He asked the brother, "Can you tell me what the difference is between a black man and a nigger?" The brother jumped across the desk at him, attacking him. Next dude came in. Same question, same reaction. Lawrence Fishburne came in. He asked him the question, "Do you know what the difference is between a black man and a nigger?" Lawrence
Yeah.
Fishburne says, "Well, a black man wouldn't even react to that question. So basically, he was the only one out of all that had enough emotional intelligence to deal with the situation in a completely different way than what everybody expected, putting him in a position to move up to a more powerful position and an opportunity. And see, that's
That's
what
right.
emotional intelligence is about, controlling your emotions, but also understanding other people's emotions and figuring out how to use that to deal with that person. Because you can't just react to what's going on around you, just be emotional. We got too many people in prison now because of their emotions instead of
Right.
just stopping for a second to think. So that's where we at.
That's the truth, man. And I'm learning more and more. Well, the thing was, man, back in the day, I knew emotional intelligence, but I didn't practice it.
Mhm.
It wasn't called emotional intelligence. It was just like, say, man, don't let them people get to you. Or like the commercial used to say, never let us see you sweat.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The secret commercial. So it wasn't, but that's what, it wasn't called emotional intelligence. It was just like, get a grip on yourself, partner. You know what's going on. Don't get mad because she messing with this dude, or don't get mad because they not picking you on the team. That's how we was told to cope with it. You know what I'm saying? But we weren't told to look within yourself and be more self-aware so that you can understand that their issue or the way they communicate is not the same way for you to respond to that. You know what I'm saying? So it was emotional intelligence, but we didn't know it was called emotional intelligence. It was just like they was
Right.
just telling us to do it a different way, you know. But I feel like if they would have put the name on it, we would have gotten a lot further because we would have understood to something that we were looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
okay, I need to control this. Or just like when we was growing up, they tell you don't cry. Tell all little boys, you don't cry, you dust yourself off and you keep on going.
Hmm.
Just think if we was taught to say, man, now when they yelling loud, all you do is supposed to go low. Yeah, when they try to get physical, you become transparent on how you going to react. You don't react, you don't respond. You just be like, do what you need to do in a calmer state. But we wasn't taught that growing up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Right.
now I can appreciate this. When
Right.
you see different words and you come into a different mindset, becoming more self-aware, self-righteous of who you are, then you're gonna realize, like, damn, man, it's a difference.
Yep. That's maturity.
You know?
Growing up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
You're right about
maturity.
they. It's almost like I'm not gonna call it a safe zone because it's almost like once they attach the name to it, then it's like, oh well, we've been doing this the whole time. But
Hmm.
Exactly.
kind of like with
Yeah.
kids, like badass kids back in our day, they bad as fuck. Today, no baby, they just have ADD. No, they bad. The little demons in there. No, keep them away from me.
It is. Now it's a different word for it,
Yeah.
you know. But that's it's still something, man, that we a lot of stuff that we really need to start paying attention to as people who say we want to be. Because like I had made a post, man, it says that a lot of people grow up and others just get old.
Ooh,
You know,
Right.
so it's a difference
true.
in you growing up and getting old. So if you're not in tune with yourself, if you're not emotionally connected to your source, you will
Mm-hmm.
always pop off. You will always find a reason to getting people something to be mad about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now we got that source of information to where it's like we know this is called emotional intelligence. So then therefore I should become more aware of this topic or this word, this phrase. And that way then you can start seeing the difference in your mannerisms. Stop responding or stop even having the same kind of conversations with certain people. Because when you become emotionally intelligent, certain things that you're not gonna have a conversation about. You're gonna be like, say, man, I'm too aware to even speak on that type of low level. We're not going to speak like that because I'm way more aware now. You know what I'm saying? If you're dealing with certain type of people,
Right.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
if you're trying to really see some money or you're trying to progress in life, you're not going to be with somebody who's low vibration. They got a complaint. They
Exactly.
telling you it ain't going to work. They telling you about what they think. It's like, man, come on, let's come up with solutions.
Yeah.
That's part of the emotional intelligence, being coming up with them solutions. That way you're not panicking. Like I liked your video today, Mike, about being panicked, about panicking and being fearful.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Right.
difference. You know what I'm saying? So when
Yeah.
your adrenaline pumping and you scared, yeah, you might run off and but when you panicking, you might just explode the whole thing. But if
Yep.
you fear, you're gonna try to figure it out. You're gonna be like, you know what? This ain't that bad. Let me get in tune with this right now and see what's really going on with it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that way you can be emotionally aware of what you need to do in certain situations. So that's the emotional intelligence that we look at that way too. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. A lot of people they out there, they just looking for a reason to go off. It's like they get out of bed, and the first thing they think is, "Man, I wish a nigga would. I wish a motherfucker would today." But
That right.
yo, you're setting yourself up for failure when you're doing that. You got to come out. You got to meet the world on your
Mm-hmm.
own terms and do things your own way, and that means being emotional intelligent enough
Well,
to do the unexpected.
let
And
me
don't
say
go
this
at
right
people the
here.
way they expect you
I
to,
don't mean
man.
to cut your wisdom. I don't mean to cut your wisdom, but you can't really live it your way. You got to be emotionally intelligent enough to be able to create a life to where you allowing everybody else to do their thing, but you have to be the one who's in control of this whole scene. So if everybody's doing their own thing and ain't nobody being in control mentally, aware mentally of everybody doing their own thing. So the wording that we use, we got to understand that it has definition. So being emotionally intelligent, and you ain't gonna be doing your own thing. You're gonna be pretty much controlling mentally how you respond and how you allowing the people to respond to you, and they're gonna interact with you a different way because then they're gonna feel more vulnerable to take the risk with you. They're gonna be cool with however you're gonna go with it, you know. But I get what you were
Right.
saying though. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah, I get what
the
you're
way I
saying.
see it, if you're doing your own thing, it's like if you're doing what everybody else doing, you out there popping off, you talking junk, you gossiping about people, you doing everything
Got
that
you.
you really ain't got no business doing. So when you doing your own
Got
thing, you
you.
in this world for you. It's like they want to
Right.
talk, they want to gossip and all this stuff. You over here, yo, I'm doing self development. That's my thing. That's not. I'm not
Hmm.
into gossiping about other people. So they want to get
I got what
angry
you're
about
saying.
something that don't matter. I'm over here. Take a couple of breaths.
Yeah.
Take a look at the situation for what it is, and react completely different from what other people expect. Because
Yeah.
people think of us as angry black men all the time. So if something happens, the first
Uh-huh.
thing they expect us to do is to get angry. How do you change that?
Hmm.
You do something completely different. Do the unexpected. It throws them off their
Right.
game. Even dealing with cops, when a cop stops you, he expects you to be angry, especially if you black. So what do I do? How you doing, officer? How can I help you? They don't expect that. They expect you to say, what you pulling me over for? What I do? Come at them different,
Boy,
and
they
then the
don't.
reaction is different.
Yeah, no, they better not be thinking that. Cause they come up there with that nonsense. I start reading up them codes to them, letting them know, hey man, now
Hmm.
I don't have to answer you about nothing. You tell me about the citation before I can give you. Yeah, you just come up asking questions like I'm guilty or something. Now, what are you pulling? What is the reasoning for this stop?
Yeah.
If you work for me, if you work for me, why would I allow you to control this situation? See, that's where the emotional intelligence come in. We have to understand because they got a uniform, they already working for somebody. Now, who is it? It's the taxpayers. So if I pay my taxes, that means this guy has to do what I say. Make it make sense, y'all. It's like Billy
Right.
Carson say, man, if 40 million of us stop paying, stop giving, stop doing for the government, we would really see that who's really in control of who. The government works for us, but yet still they got us in a mindset, a mind wash of no, y'all got to do what we say.
Yeah.
But we the ones electing these people. I thought that's what the vote stuff for. You electing a person to tell you how to construct your life and what, and then we're not even in the town meetings to talk about the bills that's being passed or the laws that's being passed right under our noses. But yet still they want us to stay in a frenzy and a fury because they know these boys ain't looking at the laws. They not reading them books. They out here joking and laughing, man.
Yeah.
They playing with each other, man.
They're trying to
Instead
keep
of being the man and be like, you know what, man, let me go ahead.
No, I said they out there trying to keep up with the Joneses. They not worried about the rules and regulations.
Nope.
Right. It's crazy that type of information is not even thought about listening to. I listen to all this stuff now, man. I used to be that guy with no purpose. You know what I'm saying? Pop off on everything. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Van T, what it do?
What up, V?
Yeah, man. I used to be that guy, but now, for the simple reason, I know what that will get you. I know how that goes at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're right.
And I don't want
it. You're right about that, because even like I'm gonna go as far as saying it goes with everyday activities. I mean, you can either but yeah, it goes with everyday activities because I mean, even with something as simple as tax write-offs, like me going on the trips that I go on, like people would be amazed if I was to sit there and tell them like what I really spent on this week and a half I was going to New York and how much I actually paid for it. Because of you learn more. But being a business owner, like they have its perks. But then when you show up over there and it's like they expecting for you to do da 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 da, it's like, well, no, we're gonna do it this way. Just take a different approach. Even when black, like I hate to make it black versus white, but white people, they don't argue, they don't fight back and forth with you. They go for your pockets.
Yeah.
They're not gonna argue. They're gonna okay, cool, let's sue them, let's take them to court. What's the difference? Why don't I do it? It's just thinking the way, change the way you're thinking, man.
That's all it is.
I'm telling you.
Sometimes it is better to do what they do. Learn how they do it. Do it yourself.
Yeah, like Martin Luther King said, find a white way to do the wrong thing. Or it might have been Dr. Dre. Was one of them.
It was one of them, huh?
Yeah, it was one of them. But now, I was looking at self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills.
The 5 keys.
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence.
So
that'll work.
And that's something right there, bro. We got to look at social skills. Now, growing up in school, we had social studies. So now I don't even think they still got social skills in social studies in classrooms anymore.
I don't think
so. The reconstruction of our school system is becoming more and more crazy to me because for the simple fact you wanted to take out a part of history that now you want everybody to forget about slavery, but yet still y'all got the Jewish people still remembering the Holocaust. Why is that different? You see what I'm saying? So these are the type of things that they try to do to make you angry or keep you thrown off to where your intelligence of emotions will be always in a fury, in an anger, So the statistics of they saying what they say, oh, black people are always angry. Not all of us. It's only
Nope.
a handful of us that's always angry. Those are the ones you show. You don't show the emotional intelligent man who's over here giving you good game to understand yourself better. You don't. They don't show them guys. All they
Right.
will show is Pookie and Ray Ray and them down there shooting dice on the corner. No, but when it's all
Yeah.
actuality, you got guys like us sitting right here on the platform speaking about emotional intelligence. So we can't put
Mm-hmm.
all of us in a category as white people would try to say, but I don't even feel like they say all of us. I think it's just some certain people that just use certain words without understanding what they're speaking about. But at the same time, we have to always be accountable. Hold yourself accountable. That's how you become emotionally intelligent as well. Hold yourself
Right.
accountable for everything that you do. Be empathetic to others, but at the same time, know you gotta sacrifice some of that anger you got. You gotta sacrifice some of them words you might want to speak. You gotta sacrifice yourself, man. Because a
Yeah.
lot of us don't know how to sacrifice ourselves. But everybody say they Christ like. You want to be on the cross, but see, they look at the cross as victim. He was on the cross for a cause. See,
Mm-hmm.
it's a difference. Yeah, they thinking the cross is he was a victim. Oh, he's hanging up there on the cross. Oh, poor Jesus. When all reality, no, I got up on this cross. I allowed them to nail my hands and feet. That was my choice to show y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I give it to y'all. I give it up for y'all. See, that's when you're emotionally in alignment with who you are, man. When you sacrifice things that a lot of people won't even think about sacrifice.
Right.
You know, that was just an example. I don't believe in that whole scenario, but that was just an example though, of what I'm speaking
Hey,
That's a
about for
good
as
point.
emotional intelligence.
did they pass that
You
law
know,
out there?
where is that?
Do
What
what?
about?
Is putting the Ten Commandments back in school.
I don't know.
They
Hey,
passed it here in
I
Louisiana.
haven't heard of it. I haven't heard of the law being passed.
Yeah, they
was
passed it
it
out here.
Alabama?
Like they have to put the Ten Commandments back in schools.
That's ridiculous. They need to, I saw a post. Somebody was speaking on that, and they were like, they like got the lowest educational scores in the country. So like
Right,
instead of putting the Ten Commandments on the wall, they need to put the ABCs on the wall.
right.
Makes more sense.
But
Where
listen,
did they have your
one of
priorities are wrong?
one of the teachers
Hmm.
that was teaching it, the Ten Commandments, she was an atheist. But it's
Oh,
like they forced them to put it
um,
back in school, so now they have an atheist talking about the Ten Commandments. So
it don't even make any
I'm
sense.
gonna just say I'm glad my kids are out of school. I'm glad they
yeah.
grown now.
But now, man, more homeschooling is being taking place, man. It's not
Right.
like my two youngest kids, they did homeschool. They didn't even go to a regular school. And they
That's
learned
good.
more.
Yeah.
They more, their communication is way different than somebody that they age. And
Right.
it's certain things, man, we have to start looking off into that's different than what we did. And I know a lot of times we like, meet up with our same old friends and have the same conversations. But it's like now we got to start talking about, hey man, you know, what we doing this summer together. Not what you going to do, not what you going to do, what we all can do together. That way we start doing more community getting together. Then we can start having these kind of conversations to where it's like, damn, bro, you know what? Say, man, I got this dude who know about this AI, or I got this guy. Now that takes away from that drama mindset. That takes away from that gossiping body. That takes away from that gossiping, that atmosphere of low level stuff. Now we starting to connect again with brand new ideas. Like I can appreciate one of my
Right.
friends. They come down every year, man. We get the boats, we get on the yachts, but at the same time, while we on the balconies, we talking about business credit. We talking about opening the escort. We talking about these type of things to where it's like we take the emotions out of it.
What you say? Open an
because we're
escort?
not escort. Yeah,
Oh, I thought you said escort.
the
So I'm
truck.
like, oh,
No shit.
No, escort.
gotcha.
Escort.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
S corporation.
LLC.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly, exactly. You talking about escort?
I'm like,
We got some hoes,
about to
y'all.
catch
We
another
got
flight.
hoes. I love it. No, sir. But yeah, man, but it's time to get back with those friends who y'all probably went to school together. Y'all just you came across in life.
Mhm,
That's it's like, man, take a trip, go meet up with them, find out some nice restaurants to talk about business, man.
mhm.
So we can take the emotions out of it. Because like everybody don't know, business is not an emotional sport.
Right.
You
Mm.
can't you
True
can't
that.
be emotional and have a business. It's like you can't be emotional and trade stocks. You have to be logical
Yeah.
about every move you make right now. As far as you can't be irrational and like Mike say they mad all the time. You get pulled over. Yes,
Yep.
sir.
That's
Those are
right.
conversations that need to be had. Yeah, man. In
There's
real
no
time,
emotion with
man.
it.
Yeah. Because we was taught that, as men growing up back in the day, you don't cry in front of everybody. You dust yourself off. You accept what that woman's telling you, and we was always taught to be quiet. So we was taught to take our emotions out of everything.
Yeah.
Some of us anyway.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
I'm saying? So it's
But
like when you
nowadays,
when you grew up, yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I'm about to say nowadays, like in the last 2 decades, all they talking about is men should put their emotions out there. But then you start showing your emotions, and now the women don't respect you because now you sound like me. Like, yo, it don't
Right.
make any sense.
Nah,
You
we
So
gotta
that's
be
why
in
it
control.
goes back to what you were saying about doing your own thing. I like that analogy after I heard you out completely. Yeah, you're doing your own thing. That's why we don't listen to that. You know what I'm saying? Or what they say. Because if
Right.
we take that information in, now we speaking like they speak.
Yep.
right.
Just another
You
one of the
know?
sheep swallowing it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. And I'm glad y'all said that because when it comes to business and dealing with emotions, I had a guy who I used to work with years ago. You know, he wanted me to he wants me to hire him because he understands like I have the universities on lock out here, but he wants me to hire him. And he was asking earlier, like, "Hey man, can you put me on salary?" I'm like, "Nigga, no." Like, he think just because we cool, like, and we go way back. Like, you forgot I used to
Mhm.
work with you, but you want
Right.
me emotionally because we boys. You want me to just like, nah, bro. Like the job where you're working at now don't even trust you enough to put you on salary, but you want to leave
Wow.
them and you want me to put you on
Right.
salary.
Crazy.
Uh,
Man, the thing
That's
about that
true.
is,
That's true.
I'm glad you learned it because rule number one, you don't never let them know what you're doing next. You always pop out.
Hmm.
right.
You hear what Kendrick say? Sometimes you
Sometimes
just
you
gotta
gotta
pop
pop
out
out
and show them.
showing it.
Sometimes you just gotta pop out and show them.
Yeah.
And I
Yep.
think I forgot what other actors said. It was like you don't make yourself so accessible. The less
Right.
they see of you, the more valuable. And then when you do pop out, you give it value.
Mhm.
So why would you stay out there if you gonna, pop out, get that value, and then go right back in? They like, man, where he at? They looking for you because
Yeah.
they want that information. They want that knowledge. They need that knowledge.
Like just cover the
We've been
ground level.
led by so many sheep, bro. We've been led by the sheep,
Yep.
blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
Now
Yes,
we got
sir.
some motivational speakers. Now we got some high level thinkers. Now we got black financial advisors on the network. YouTube is the best TV
Hmm.
they ever made.
True.
YouTube got a million shows about positivity,
Yeah.
about doing the right thing, about creating whatever you need to create. That's they don't have a TV. It don't happen.
True.
On regular TV, they want you to stay mad. That's why I don't even look at it, man. They want you to be angry because they're going to show you all of the killings, all of the bad. They're going to show you all of the crime, all of the drowning, the deaths, everything that's keeping you emotionally attached to this world.
Yeah.
Right.
YouTube University, man, T, I'm telling you, that's my spot. Yeah, you catch me there all the time.
And I mean, the news is just too depressing.
But
I'm
yeah,
getting tired of
man.
hearing about people drowning or being lost in large bodies of water. Like, for what?
Yeah,
They're going to keep telling you stuff to
and
keep you
that's what they
distracted.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they know as long as you ain't paying
Yeah.
attention to what's going on in politics or the serious things that are going on that we need to be focusing on, they can keep you held down. It's like
Right.
if you always looking at, okay, well, over here, this politician said this. Now I don't agree with that. Now I got to go over here and vote. But
Yeah.
instead, they feed you bullshit about Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, all these other people, and it's like you so involved in their lives that you don't see the things that are happening that's going to affect your own life.
Right. How many laws you think they passed while people was looking at
Right.
Puffy House being raided?
Right? Yep. I remember
Right.
they talking about some governor signing bills into law while nobody even knew what was going on. Then all of a sudden tell you, oh, now it's a new law. You can't do this. You can't do that. But everybody focused on something else.
But I mean, they was talking about
Mm.
COVID when Kobe Bryant died. It was on the same page. They were
Yeah.
talking about COVID-19 when it first happened. And,
Hmm.
Kobe Bryant dies in a crash. Everybody was so focused on Kobe, they totally missed what they were saying about COVID. Mind you, I was
Right.
in New York when COVID-19 first kicked off. Like, bitch, I'm sick. Okay, whatever. They didn't have a name for it then, but it's like, well, they had a name. They just wasn't trying to expose the name. But it's like when
Right.
they did decide to announce it, like they were more focused on Kobe Bryant. So you got to look at enough with what you hear. Like you want to listen to what's not being said.
Mm.
Right. Right.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Now they're just like the Roman Empire,
That's
how they
what
used to
not
keep
being.
people under control.
That's what.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Man,
Keith, go ahead.
I take it back to the kings and queen days. Huh?
Go ahead.
I'll take it back. I'll take it back to the king and queen days, where we seen the movies to where the queen wouldn't even deal with a dude if he wasn't a dude. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day when we was growing up, you had to be one of them dudes, man. And some of them, it was classes like this right here. You got the smart dudes. You had to be one of these smartest dudes to get a certain type of chick. A lot of dudes didn't understand that. They think they getting a fine chick, but the real fine chick, she done went with the smart dude. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
Yeah, it's just different ways I'm talking about this topic, man, because it's different angles we can get at it,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a very broad topic. That's why I love it, because of the self-awareness of it, and the accountability, holding yourself accountable of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's
That's
why
the part
I
where a
had
lot of
wrote a bunch
people.
of different notes down. Go ahead.
Mhm. I was about to say that's the part that a lot of people miss is that self awareness. Because once you're aware, if you have self awareness, it changes the whole picture. You see everything from a completely different point of view. You're not just
Mhm.
reacting anymore. Now you think before you react. And then if you're
Yeah,
reflecting on your day at the end of the day, it helps. It changes who you are. You become somebody completely different, but in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. hmm That's for real. Because you're gonna keep an open mind. You're gonna keep that open mindedness. You know what I'm saying? And you always gonna You're gonna feel for other people. You're gonna recognize, what needs to be done. So that's what I say. That goes way back to when we was growing up, man. But we just didn't know what it was called.
Right.
We just didn't know what it was called. But when you recognizing how somebody else feels, you listening to them attentively. Yeah, self-evaluation and self-reflection every day, man. Every week, I self-reflect on like what did I do this week that I can improve on, and every time is take a bigger risk this week, do more this week, accept more challenges for yourself this week. You know what I'm saying? So always challenge you because, like I was saying about a minute, a woman she's gonna challenge you if you feel like you that man.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna challenge your mental because she's gonna do low vibrational things to see how she's gonna make you react. So now
Mm-hmm.
you don't have no emotional intelligence on what she's doing. Now you just reacting and responding and jumping and all that. Now you having more conversation with a woman, back and forth with a woman than a woman would have with a woman. And that's not healthy for a man.
Really
That's
not
not a
healthy.
man who's on his
I said that's really not healthy. And then you hit on one of my notes because I wrote down emotional intelligence allow us to respond instead of react.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And that's the truth, man. So we can get that, we have to put these type of conversations out here so we can keep on getting that awareness of that type of life that we got to have. A lot of people don't need to hear it because they are or they have done worked on themselves. But a lot of people who who might stumble across this video gonna be like, man, what the boy is talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna be like, okay, okay. Yeah, man, I was thinking about that same thing the other day. And you hear people say it all the time when you flipping through these short videos or the YouTube shorts. And you hear
Mm-hmm.
that's why we sitting here listening to these little small clips because they taking a small clip to that 30 to that 60 seconds and they giving the most value for you
Right.
to come to bring you more aware of who you are and where you need to be within yourself
Right.
because we all on time frame. Nobody's on a scale as they put it to us before. Oh, you're supposed to have this by a certain age and this and this. But in reality,
Mm-hmm.
they was the ones who made up the clock. So in reality, there's really no time. It's got to be on you because you can't learn like somebody else can learn. And you're not definitely not gonna move like that's why we all got our own fingerprints, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can become aware of ourselves on our own time. I didn't know all of this stuff until later on in life. If I'd have knew it at an early age, I'd have been a different person.
Right.
So
Me
we
too.
have to, yeah, we definitely have to do that. I like that. But communicating clearly,
Mm-hmm.
that's another big thing. Practice active listening. I just said that one, but that's a big
Mm-hmm.
key thing to me. You know what I'm saying? And I apologize to you, Mike, because I didn't let you finish your statement a minute ago. And but then when
Don't
I
worry
did
about it.
hear the statement, yeah, when I finally realized what you were speaking about, I was like, oh, okay, that's what he mean by doing his own thing. Yeah. No, I got you now. I
Hey,
know how that go, man. But staying positive, man, being open minded and listening to the feedback. That's the biggest thing that a lot of people don't want to hear. The
right.
feedback. And it's nothing for you to hear the feedback. It's not for you to get emotional about it. It's for you to build from it. The feedback is the
Right.
cheat part of the test. That's the cheat sheet to the test.
Mm-hmm.
You got somebody that loves you with that emotion of love or care about you deeply. They're giving you the what's the bad version of you, the part that you can correct and get to a better space. And once you get past that part of the game, now they're gonna be like, it's not too much that I know what's wrong with the cat, but he's just progressing now. Now he has no distractions, man.
Right.
See, when people tell you about yourself, that means you should learn and grow from that part. That's how you become more aware. As we talk about, the whole show has been about self-awareness. So now
Right.
you're becoming more aware of who you are so that you can control your triggers, as we call them. You can say, hey, now, you know what? The last time, no, I ain't gonna, no, they ain't gonna trick me out of this one. I'm not gonna be mad about that
Right.
no more. We're gonna
Yeah.
have a conversation about that now. When in the past we would have been
Right.
Oh,
back
Yep.
and forth talking loud.
it would have been over with in
Go
the
ahead.
past. I said it would have been over with in the past
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
remember in my I want to say my early 20s, I went to the bank, right? And accountant was like, "Sir, your account is overdrawn." I was like, "Ma'am, so are your eyebrows." The bitch got mad. So I'm just like, okay.
Damn.
So we went back and forth, and then like the other person came over and helped me out, and she's like, "I'm so sorry, I was looking at your old account." I'm like, well, bitch, your eyebrows still overdrawn, but I grew from that. So I,
Yeah,
depending on if
yeah.
I had any drugs in my system, I'll probably still say something like that. But I was 22, man. You can't stop me what I'm about to say. Thank God for growth.
Mm.
I
Yeah, yeah.
just got,
That part. Yeah, man, you gotta grow from that, man. So are your brows, but we not talking about that.
Yeah.
hey,
Hey
That
man, this
is too
personal
fun.
development and growth is this is a great thing because I had two situations in the last month where I could, when I think about it, I was like, if that had been me 2, 3 years ago, I'd have probably ended up
Yeah,
getting locked up. 'Cause I did a
right.
delivery in a store. I go in, they take it real long, so I call my boss like, well, ask the manager if he could give the guy some help. I go in to ask. I ain't talking to these two white people that look like they rich, got money, but he's the manager. He's at the cash register. So I walk up to him. He says, "Wait a minute." I wait. He gives the people, tell them what they got to pay. So the guy pulls his card out. So I ask a question. He turns around like he gonna chastise me. I'm like, wait a minute. I came here for a reason, dude. I'm in the truck. You need to get that guy back there some help. So I turned around to walk away. He go off like he ready to come from behind the cash register to fight,
Uh,
talking mad shit, raising his voice and shit. Everybody in the store listening. And I looked at him and I was like, man, if I punch you in your mouth right now, I'm gonna go to jail. So I pulled my phone out, called my boss. I didn't even get to say nothing. My boss said, yo, what's going on back there? I said, yo, this the manager. He mad. He going off like this. So he listened. He was like, all right, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. You know his name? Nope. So I walked away. And I'm thinking, shoot, dude, a few years
yeah,
ago, I would have been just like you. The way you come at me, I'd have came right back at you. But then I'm in a
right.
place where I
Yeah,
would end up losing my job, possibly getting locked up. I'm like, personal development and growth, it's a big thing. And the emotional development or emotional intelligence, it makes a big
yeah.
difference because it will keep you out of jail.
Shit. Well, I can say that it'll help your pockets too,
Yeah,
because you'll be able to communicate and you find the right relationships for as business or friendship. You find the right thing when because people see how in alignment you are with you,
mhm.
you know, and it's like they know people who are in alignment with themselves because they create the happiness, they create the atmosphere, they create the scene to where it's going to be smiles and giggles and laughs and profits and so
right,
it's always going to be somebody who's lacking, but it's always going to be somebody who's can help them get to that point, you know. And we all
Right.
need mentors, man. I don't care what people say because it's like that man try to attack you at the gas station. It's like, bro, he needs some help. He needs some real mentorship. You
Yep.
know, he don't even realize you combat king over here, and he about to get a whole tooth knocked out messing with Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
but yeah,
worst
brother,
thing now, I
them.
ain't trying to fight nobody.
Oh yeah, nah. We know that, man. None of us.
Mhm.
Like I was telling the dude the other day, I was like, bro, I can't go there. I say, you go in there, the youngsters calling you Unc now. I said, I remember it was a time I go to jail, I was calling my Unc.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Right.
Unc. I can't create this same cycle, so I make sure my emotions are in check at all times because I can't create a cycle that I've already experienced. And that's what a lot of people really don't understand, man. Once you see yourself doing stuff for the next 3 years and you haven't grown from that, it's time to really look in the mirror and be like, you know what, man? I really need to check my emotions and change these habits, man. Habit change goes
Yep.
back to last week's conversation. You know, we have to change habits, man. Get better habits. Create yourself a new you and quit
Right.
speaking in the manner that we once spoke in. You know, it's like when you with your friends, that's one thing, but really then you should change it up. That's what I've been working on myself. That's why I'm speaking about it because I really want to start cussing less. You know, I want to use better choice words than, you know, what I do growing up.
Mhm.
And I feel like that'll just make me happier, you know, because you ain't nobody else is responsible for nobody else's happiness, man. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You can't make nobody happy. I don't care who you are. You can make a person laugh, but you can't make them happy. Cause I done seen a
Mhm.
bunch of people smile who is depressed like a mug, man. I done seen a bunch of depressed smiles.
You right. Right.
Shit. Or those that are
You
making
know,
others smile that's committing suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
shoot, man.
So it's
But
rough
yeah,
out
it's
here, but
it's
yeah.
it's it's been a definitely been a roller coaster of excitement and learning and you know all that good stuff, which I can appreciate because meet people like y'all, man, who really want to be on another path, who really want to see something different in life from what they once did growing up. And
Yeah.
it's always good to be around these type of people because it's like, man, you know, one day we all gonna make it to a bigger plateau, to a heavier state of you know, responsibilities because you know the more you make, the more responsibilities you're gonna have.
Right.
I
Yeah.
remember the first time I got pissed off when
Right.
somebody was like, "Man, what up, Unc?" I'm like, "Nigga, who?"
Man,
Wow.
see, me and
Yeah.
you both.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both working on that, brother.
Yeah.
Cause it's
Cause
just so natural, man. You speaking cuss words is just part of what we did growing up, man. We just talk
Yep.
like that,
yeah.
you know. And now it's time to find myself a new way to communicate, man. Because it's just you know
Right.
it's getting old. I'm getting older, and I got grandkids. I don't want them to speak like that, you know.
Right. Cause one of my favorite
Yeah,
cuss
their
words was the
parents
B word.
already speak like that. Yeah, their parents already speak like that. So we gonna you know
Mhm.
try to get granddad a different conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
Cause one of my favorite cuss words was the B word. It just it's like seasoning,
Flow.
but
Just
I
comes
don't
out
really let you
natural, huh?
try it. But it's
Come
like,
on, Too Short. That's
yeah,
my favorite word,
yeah.
man. Why you
I
gotta
had,
say it like short?
yeah. I had a woman at Southern University. She was like, "You realize you say the B word a lot?" I'm like, "Well, the B." I'm like, "Bitch, yeah." I'm like, "What?" It's all in how you use it. Like if I use it in a high pitched tone, I'm joking. But if I'm like,
Hmm.
then I'm serious.
Yeah,
So it's,
Get that bass in your voice.
yeah. Like if I say you
yeah,
bald
yeah.
headed, I mean it.
Wow.
Man, we gotta
But
get
it's
better,
true.
man. We gonna be better, y'all. We gonna
Yeah.
quit
Right.
calling the females dogs and all that, even if they are.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, excuse me.
I had to tone that one
Yawning.
down a lot.
Mm.
But you know what's good, fellas? It's like now with all the personal development and stuff, and being in control of your emotions, you start to meet people out there that actually, it's like you were just saying a minute ago. People start to gravitate towards you. The people, those high level people, high energy, they got
Yeah.
that higher frequency, and they trying to go somewhere. Those people start to attract you, or you they are
Mhm.
attracted to you,
Right.
which actually, in a way, help make your life easier
Right.
because they're giving you different knowledge. They're telling you about things like
Yeah.
how to make money, what to invest in. I had a guy tell me, yo, if you invest in this stock here, this stock is moving real good. You should try it. This is what my financial advisor told me. I'm like, but he just told me out of the clear blue. I'm like, all right, I'll check into it. So, I mean, that kind of stuff ain't never happened to me,
Yeah.
in past years, where people giving me this kind of information, or they just start talking
Yeah.
about positive type stuff. So it's a good thing, though. You
Yeah.
get on that road to
Nah, that's what
self development.
that's what it boils back down to. Yeah, that's a good thing, man.
Mm, yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah,
What happened with you?
yeah. But yeah, those are definitely the keys of moving forward, man. Just being, being your authentic self every day and learning to become a better version of your authentic self to where people will take them chances with you. They will take the risk with you because they see that you handle yourself in a manner that is conducive to their success as well as your own. So you're going to
Right.
be in the elite because it's only a 5% of people. That's why they call it a 5%, rather. You know what I'm saying, or
Right.
1%, because you got out of a million people, you only got 1% of that's really trying to do something.
Right.
Everybody else is still talking. Everybody else is still running their mouth, or even if they not talking, or they just distracted with life, and they allowing life to overwhelm them. So
Yeah.
it's different things, man. We have to pay attention to as men so that we can have manly conversations with our younger youth, man, to where they're gonna start understanding that we not talking about dumb stuff no more. And
Right.
a lot of times we gotta check them. A lot of women don't want to be checked, or they don't want to be called it checked. Well, we ain't gonna call it check because we're emotionally intelligent, and we're gonna give them a clear communication. You know what I'm saying? But we have to give.
Right.
It starts with that woman though, man, because she's the one who's raising these killers and drug dealers, and because there ain't no man in the house. They so
Yep.
independent, but they son over here hustling harder than law allowed, but it's cool. I thought you was independent. You independent or causing more problems than you thinking you solving, because a lot of these things are being solved problems. They're not solving anything.
Right.
Right.
I don't want you talking to
It's
your
causing
daddy.
more.
I want to talk to your daddy about what we talking about over here. When it should be everybody communicating together. At
Right.
sometimes, you're supposed to have, you got young children. You're supposed to be able to have dinner with the mama and the kids,
Hmm.
because that's what these young women see. Then now you mad at their mama. Now they gonna feel like every man's supposed to be mad at their mama, or
Right.
every man's
Right.
supposed to be mad at them because that's what's being passed down. So in their mindset, the love that they've always seen was mama sad all the time. So now they pass that down to being sad.
Right.
And the mama try to talk positive, but you can say one thing, but if you showing your child another thing, that's a different whole ball game. Yeah, you can tell them,
Kids.
hey, y'all be good, just stay positive, it's gonna work out. But then you getting hit in the head with an iron, or you getting hit in the head with a fist. You can't
Right.
put the two together. They don't work like that. And
Yeah.
being emotional intelligent is something to where you have to understand whatever I'm doing behind the scene or think I'm doing behind the scenes of my children, they're gonna feel that energy because we are energy people. We're energized people. So they're gonna feel that energy. And that's the, that's the part that we all should start to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? We should start paying attention to that trickle down effect. Because it trickles down unconsciously though. These are unconscious things. It's like brushing your teeth. It's like driving a truck. It's like driving a car. We do this automatically with the subconscious body, not the subconscious mind. Your body does it better than your mind.
Right.
So that's where we, need to start paying attention to. At that trickle down effect. That's the main thing that I see that far as our community, we don't watch the trickle down effect. We always pay attention to the distraction. Mm-hmm. When more times than less that the distraction is going to keep us just right there, but we feel like the distraction is more entertaining. So we stay in the entertainment part of the distraction. Instead of trying to be like, you know what, let me solve this distraction and alleviate it, we stay in the distraction longer than we should. Because the distraction is comfortable. That's a place where we grew, where we thought we grew from. Because you have a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm grown. I know how to do this now. I done healed from this, and I done did this, and I done put my work in." But yet still, you didn't pay attention to that trickle down effect, or you didn't pay attention to the little things that happen within your 5 seconds of slipping. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes we slip, especially when we're trying to change a habit. We trying to create better habits, Yeah, and see, back in the day, I used to have wine in the glasses. Now I have water and juice in the glasses. So, I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on
it. Back in the day, this used to be a 40, but now it's water.
Hey, my back in the days were too far back. I ain't even talking about it.
But nah, man, this is definitely the type of stuff that we need to talk about in our communities, man. It's emotional intelligence, self-awareness, the whole thing, the whole self-development. That should be key components to our day-to-day. My youngest daughter, she had said one time about validation. I was like, baby, you don't need nobody to validate you. Mm-mm. And then she was going through a depressed stage at some point in time. I was like, nah, we got to fix this. So I started bringing her to the beach. Started putting more sun in her life. Talk positive to her. Talk, bring more positivity, because all they would do is sit in their room with the curtains closed because they want to sleep all day. Mom's at work, so ain't nobody to tell them not to. Because they do homeschooling, you know what I'm saying? So it was like they can run through a whole day worth of work for about 3 hours. They're done with school. They done did every class in about 3 to 4 hours. So they were staying in their room a lot. Her and her brother was staying in the room a lot with the curtains closed, and they just under the covers playing games on the phones or drawing on the phones. And it's, it's like that's where we got to start checking our kids and see, when you wake them up in the morning, make sure they getting up at a regular time, because unless you got a night job, and we really not trying to give the kids night jobs. We want them to be in the daytime where all the awareness is, where everything is popping at. But so, now we have children where we can't really see them because we at work. Mm-hmm. But then they go through their depression stages because it's a lot of teenage suicide nowadays. So once we figure out, hey man, teach them how to control that emotion of heartache, of loneliness, of whatever the case may be. But we have to start them at an early age, and that's how I feel right now about all of this stuff we're doing, man. And I start with my kids at home too, because I got 2 young ones that You know, at one point they was going through a dark time, but they on the light now because we done got them on that. My son helps his sister, so you know, I give him the information because I know they gonna talk more than anything. That trickle down effect, baby. That trickle down effect, you know. But yeah, man. So what y'all got for the what was the best aha moments of this show or something good conversation you can give us to go out with?
You want to start it off, Cupid?
Yeah, I mean, I believe all of it was all deemed necessary. The conversations, you know, with different outlooks and everything, um, especially like you guys said earlier, you know, people tend to deal with situations how they grew up with it. Um, what I want to go out with is your IQ gets you hired, your EQ gets you promoted. So you have to kind of
There
like
it
those
is.
differences.
Wow.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
True. And sometimes I don't even know why I go behind Cupid because he always come up with something. And I got to try to think of something to top that. But
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna try to top it. I'm gonna just say it like this: to be an effective leader, you have to be in control of your emotions. You got to be able to understand the emotions of the people that you're leading, and then figure out a middle ground of how to help them to basically help yourself, so that you can all grow. So that's what I'm going with.
Yeah,
That's good. Yeah.
yeah, that's the truth. And all I'm gonna say is that don't stay in your pain, build from it.
Hmm.
You know, that way you can start to become more understanding on who you are. And you got to remember, man, you are connected to the source, and the source is the one who knows all and sees all. So, with that being said, we appreciate everyone for jumping in and being a part of the program. Thank y'all very much. And y'all know Wednesdays, 8:30, man. Y'all tune in to YouTube. Y'all go over there to the YouTube, like, subscribe, and share, man. And be a part of this community of
All right.
self-development, self-awareness, self-growth, self-reflecting, all that good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Till next week, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.